Hey everybody, we're going to do a review of the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield Plus with the cut for the red dot. Comes to Crimson Trace. Pretty excited. Let's see what's in the box. So we have our box. Is it all we all know? Performance Center box. So in here we've got our directions. Peruse through it real quick. I didn't see anything like need to know. Pretty much everything's common sense, but if you're new to owning a pistol, I encourage you to read it. You have your Performance Center cleaning kit. I don't think they're all that bad. Of course, you've got what you care about the most, your pistol. Mine had the 13 round mag in it. Looks like all your accessories for your Crimson Trace red dot. Your registration information. This will be obviously your chamber indicator would be in the weapon. And then down your box here, you've got your 10 round magazine. Got your gun lock and your red dot, your Crimson Trace red dot. That's what's in your box. Here's a close-up view of the Crimson Trace red dot. Obviously there's no battery in it right now, so you're not going to have the dot all installed in a little bit, and you guys can see the side profile. Here's a closer view of your Shield Plus. So it's comes with a 13 round magazine as mentioned earlier and a 10 round magazine. This is a 4-inch barrel versus the 3.1. You can get a plus in either of those. My Shield that I'm going to show you here in a moment is a 3.1 inch barrel, the 2.0 Shield. The width is a little bit wider than the 2.0 Shield. So the 2.0 Shield is 0.91 inches wide, and the Plus is 1.04 inches wide, measured at the widest portion of the grip. I'll give you a side profile. So here is your 2.0 Shield, and then here is on the right is the Plus. If you kind of look at them. So there you go, kind of a side profile, or I mean a top view. Pretty similar, right? They've both been cleared. Not much wider. I don't really notice a difference for the 2.0 to the Plus. The frames are obviously a little different, slightly wider. I noticed that on the Shield 2.0, there's a little more of an indent where your thumb kind of rides. And obviously it's way more abrasive. On my 2.0, I had to actually take sandpaper and take the texture down because it was just chewing my back up. This is also the 2.0, has a hinge trigger, so there's not as much of a pronounced spot for your thumb, I've noticed on here. The texture is a lot less aggressive, but still has a little bit there, so it still gives you a good grip. But I don't think I'm going to have to alter this so I can carry it. The trigger is like I guess they call it a flat trigger there. So far playing with it, I've really enjoyed it. It's been pretty smooth. Takedown is all the same. You still have your takedown lever, and then you still have your little yellow guy, if you can see it. Little yellow guy right in there. So your Shield Plus with the 10 pull average was just under 6 pounds for a pull. It was 5 pounds 11 ounces. For comparison, the Shield 2.0's trigger is measured, came in at 5 pounds and 2.6 ounces. How does the Shield Plus hold more ammo and the Shield 2.0 with relatively the same size. Well, if you look at the magazines, this is 13 rounds for the Plus, this is 8 for the 2.0 Shield. So they just goes from single stack to a double stack and just kind of thins out on the top there. Pretty cool, right? But give you a comparison. Not a lot wider, but definitely wider. Our next step is we're going to mount our optics. So we're going to mount this Crimson Trace, this optic here, this micro dot, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. I'm also going to mount a TLR6 string light underneath, and you guys can check it out. Stay tuned. Just to save you guys a little bit of time, your screws up here are a 1/16 Allen wrench. So we got to remove these two screws, and then we'll install that red dot that we talked about with our two provided screws. And I believe that these smaller Allen wrenches that are provided with it are probably for the windage and elevation, and I will let you know. So here's what it looks like with your plate off. So per the diagram, it goes battery with the plus down. So it'll go in the bottom of here, negative up, and then push that guy in there. And it looks like it is light activated. You can't really see. There you go. You can see the dot. In the book, they suggest that you keep the cap on. Obviously, we're going to have it off while we install it. So your larger of the Allen wrenches that came in your Crimson Trace kit are going to apply to the bolts that it came with to install. So you're going to put this guy right in there. It'll lock into its little divots there. And then we're going to tighten down our screws. We have our optic installed. This does not do a very good job of representing the dot. I mean, it's a 5 MOA dot. It's good size in there, but it's easy to see. According to the literature that it came with, it's an auto adjustment for light. So a lot of light, it'll jump up the brightness. Less light, it'll drop it down and adjust. It's got like an auto on, auto off feature. So something I should have showed you guys sooner before I mounted the optic is I did play with my holster, and before I had the optic mounted on here, this would actually mount in here no problem at all. As long as you have, they don't currently, at least Crossbreed does not make any holsters to fit the 4-inch, but if they have an open bottom, they say it'll fit. I would make sure that they are aware of the optic, and if you're going to mount a light, here's again everything that I'm going to put on it for my Plus. I have a TLR6 stream light for a 100 lumen light on the bottom, and then I have the Crimson Trace optic that came with it. If you look, your adjustments to zero that are going to be on top for up down, and then on the right side as you shoot, it'll be right left to adjust, and it comes with Allen wrenches. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the range. We'll shoot this a handful of times, get a couple mags through it, and I'll tell you guys what I think, and then I'll try to shoot a little bit more and give you a better idea.